Hey guys, how's it going? Happy Friday. I hope you're all doing well and that you're staying safe. Today we're going to discuss our methods of preventing HIV, which is extremely important. So I'm glad that you were able to take the time to come listen and have this conversation with me today. I want to put the emphasis on conversation. I want this to be a dialogue. So if at any point you have questions or something that you want to share with the group, go ahead and feel free to speak up, or you can save your questions or comments for afterwards if you'd like a little bit more privacy. I'm also going to make sure that my email is made available to each and every one of you. So if you think of something on your way home, after we log off, or even within a couple days from now, you can send me an email and I'll be sure to respond shortly. Furthermore, I'd like to note that this is a safe and inclusive space today. So anything that you guys share with me, I'm going to keep confidential, so you don't need to worry about a breach of anything like that. If at any point you feel uncomfortable with the content that we're going to cover, feel free to just leave or take a breather. It should only take us about 6 minutes to cover our key topics for the day. So moving forward, my name's Gabriela Fonseca. I go to Arizona State University and I'm currently majoring in medical microbiology. I'm also looking to add a minor in global health at the moment. I've been interested in health for just about as long as I can remember. In high school, this actually led me to doing an internship at the University of Arizona. I was in one of their labs studying the vitamin D receptor and its association with various human conditions. I took Mike 314 last semester with Dr. Salomon, and within about a week, it became my favorite class I've taken to date. I was able to learn about HIV's infection of cells, transmission, HIV prevention, and the social history as well. This semester, I'm taking another class going more in depth about HIV prevention with Dr. Salomon and Dr. Jacobs. Without further ado, we're going to move into our content for the week. So, if you remember last week's videos, we went over HIV transmission, and our key takeaways were our 5 fluids and our 4 doors. So now that we know what these are, we can go a little bit further into depth on how we can protect those doors. Just a reminder for you guys, there is absolutely no cure for HIV, but it is 100% preventable. And the most efficient way that we can remember these strategies is by saying the following. Choose an A, B, C, or P to protect yourself and your loved ones from HIV. Great. Did everybody get that? Perfect. So we're going to say it together this time on 3. 1, 2, 3. Choose an A, B, C, or P to protect yourself and your loved ones from HIV. Yeah, that was perfect. Awesome. So, does anybody have any ideas on what A could stand for today? That's exactly it. I already heard it. A stands for abstinence. And I feel like, based on our backgrounds, people could have different ideas on what abstinence means to them. This could be based off of upbringing, culture, personal morals, values, etc. So for today, we're just going to think about abstinence in terms of HIV prevention. This specifically means abstaining from penetrative sex. Furthermore, in our case today, we're going to be including vaginal, anal, and oral sex as penetrative sex. We're including oral sex because microabrasions can act as an open door for infectious fluids. Perfect. So that's already our first one. This is our first option for preventing HIV, and I understand that for some people this might not sound possible, realistic, or even desirable, because showing this kind of affection to a partner can be really important. So because of this, I want to brainstorm with you guys what are ways in which we can appreciate our partners without engaging in penetrative sex. Does anybody have any ideas? Perfect. Yeah, I heard kissing. I think words of affirmation are a really good one, and you can use that in different settings. Those are all perfect. Another option that I want to go over with you guys that's possible and still protects our doors is mutual masturbation. In this situation, both partners' needs can still be satisfied without the risk associated with penetrative sex. Awesome. So, moving on to our next topic, does anybody remember the saying that we have for this week? Yeah, perfect. Okay, choose an A, B, C, or P to protect yourself and your loved ones from HIV. So, our next letter is a little bit more tricky to guess, so I'm going to go ahead and give it to you guys. B stands for be faithful. Similar to abstinence, This could have a different meaning to you based on your background and depending on the person. So for us today, in terms of HIV prevention, being faithful means knowing your partner or partner's HIV status as negative, as well as having established communication about being mutually committed to each other. And because this is an inclusive space today, I just want to note that this is an option that can work for both monogamous and non-monogamous partners as well. The components and the key factors in each are going to remain the same. You're going to want to know an HIV negative status of your partners, and mutual commitment from everybody inside of this bubble that you have established. And that's going to keep you safe. So now that we've covered both A and B, does anybody have any ideas on what C could stand for? What starts with C that can help prevent HIV transmission? Yeah, exactly. Condoms are going to be our C. Condoms can be really effective at preventing HIV, but it's important that we make sure that we're using the right kind, because if not, they won't be effective. Condoms that should be used and are effective prevention measures include latex and polyurethane condoms. Beyond this, we need to make sure that we're using the correct lubricants. If we don't use the correct ones, they can deteriorate the condoms during use and you'll no longer be protected. So the lubricants that we do want to use with our latex or polyurethane condoms are going to be silicone or water-based lubricants. These are our do's of condoms. So now we're going to cover our do nots. We do not want to use natural condoms because they have small pores that allow for HIV transmission. We don't want to use the same condom for more than one person. We don't want to use the same condom for more than one sex act. We don't want to reuse condoms. And that's pretty much the gist of our do nots. So with all that being said, it's also important for us to note that depending on the kind of sex you're having or what your preference is, there are both male and female condoms available. And if you live in the state of Arizona and you're currently in a situation where access to condoms is difficult for you for any reason at all, I really encourage you to visit nicepackage.org. And I'll say it one more time just so you guys can write it down if you need it. nicepackage.org. Here you can order condoms of any variety. They're going to be shipped for free. They're free of charge completely, and they're going to be sent in discreet packaging, so you don't need to worry about somebody knowing what's inside of there. So remember our saying this week, it goes choose an A, B, C, or P to protect yourself and your loved ones from HIV, which means now we've gone through our A, B, and C. We just need to learn what P stands for. Any guesses? Yeah, that's exactly correct. P stands for PrEP or pre-exposure prophylaxis. PrEP's an oral medication that's taken daily. It's prescribed by a doctor. You want to make sure that you're taking it consistently for it to be most effective. This means not missing any doses, as well as making sure that it's taken around the same time every day. When all of these steps are followed and adhered correctly, PrEP can reduce the risk of HIV transmission up to 99%, which is extremely effective. So when A, B, C, abstinence, being faithful, and condoms are not an option, individuals can turn to PrEP for their prevention strategy. PrEP is a good option for people knowingly engaging in high-risk sex, injection drug users, and more. I want you to know that out of these A, B, C, and Ps, one strategy doesn't have to be adhered or stay the same forever. It's okay to change them as long as another plan is still in place. All right, guys. I just want to thank everybody again for sticking around and having what can be seen as an unusual conversation with me. I hope that I was able to make this comfortable for you guys. I appreciate your interest, your participation, your time, and your trust. The biggest takeaway is going to be our A, B, C, and Ps. They're going to protect you and your loved ones from HIV. HIV is uncurable, but now you know our prevention strategies, and I encourage you to share those with the people that you love and care about. Thanks, guys. Have a good day.